Well, the guitar stuff's not working out today, and that's okay. It's kind of like sometimes when I go skate, and I've been skateboarding for a very long time, but there's times where I get in my head and I don't even feel like being at the skate park. I can go out some days and bang out a fucking sick ass session, and then if I go back the next day, I don't really feel like doing it. I don't know if it's from mental illness or if it's just because I've done it too many days in a row. And I used to not be like that, man. I used to be able to do something every single day and not get tired of it. And this guitar is the same way. It's like, if I do it more than a few days, like, if I do it too many days in a row, I will get irritated with it. But I write books and I don't get irritated with it at all. Like, I love writing so much, taking notes and studying, that's just the one thing that I'm good at. I'm not good at this yet, but this is how I test my patterns and, strengthen my mind. It'll test your patience, that's for sure. But I'm not the most, brilliant when it comes to playing one of these. Yeah, I can make some noise and enjoy it, and then some days have fun with it. But I get excitement out of studying finance. Not just finance, but studying money. I really, really love studying how money works. And that's something that I know that I'm good at. I'm good at counting and working with numbers. I always wasn't good at operating with money, but I had a pretty systematic thing that I worked off of as a child, and I always kept track of my money very well. Up until my recent years, I started spending money because of bad habits. I was spending it all on alcohol again, and spending it on going out. I was doing a lot of things, wasting my time is what I was doing. Not necessarily wasting my time, but tearing my body up, man. Tearing up my mind and my body. And over these past 6 months, 8 months or so, I started to make some serious changes. I would say 2 years ago, and I quit drinking 2 years ago. I quit smoking, I quit drinking, and now I find myself really buckling down on my spending habits. There's so much that goes into it. Sometimes we buy things that we do not need. We spend money out of emotion. We purchase things that we just don't need, which are called liability assets and depreciating assets. So I started really buckling down these past 8 months and keeping track of my money. I was planning on starting a business, which I'm still in the works of. So I figured if I was going to start a business, how would I make that business extremely successful without falling apart? And to me, it opened my mind up to, okay, well, if you don't want it to fall apart, what would you do to keep it all together and make sure it operates smooth? I started to put money in different places. I had to separate everything, because you can't just have one personal account and trying to keep up with the business. It doesn't work that way. Your business has to operate on all of its own funds. So, most people pay themselves out of their business, and the business that I'm creating with the barbershop and all that, none of that money should be spent on paying myself. It's gonna help, but I don't want it to pay me. I want to be able to use all that money to keep scaling and keep growing and keep investing, making better opportunity for myself and my family and my closest people, closest friends. So I just want to document this. I don't know why. I just wanted to talk about it because I truly am passionate about money. I'm passionate about how it works. I think about it every single day. It's something we need. It's something we have to have. And a lot of people think that we don't have to have it. But when you got kids and you got to live somewhere, how else you going to pay your bills? You know what I'm saying? You can't just go live off the land. I mean, that would be great. Now, you could move somewhere out of state and to another country, but how else would you survive? You'd have to either have something to trade or something equal in value. Say if you need fruits or some kind of lighting, or if you need anything, clothing, you're gonna have to trade in a community like that, and that just doesn't work in this day and age. You gotta have money. You gotta have money, man. It's a part of life. So, I really started thinking, you gotta get disciplined with your money, especially if you catch yourself in a rut. But money has to be separated. You have to be able to give yourself an allowance, just like your parents did when you were a kid, and they said you can't go nowhere unless you clean your room, take out the trash, do something, cut the grass. I know my dad did that to me, but that was one of the things that inspired me. It helped me understand what he was trying to say is you got to work for it. Ain't nothing in life free. And man, that's fascinating. To me, nothing in life is free.